Welcome back to Happy Place Cooking. If you have not yet become a subscriber, go on down and hit that button. It's totally free. And don't forget to hit the bell. That way you can be notified when I put up a new video. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We recently acquired a little freezer and we want to stock up on some foods and we want them to last as long as possible. So we looked into the whole sealer thing and all that stuff, and I just don't have counter space. I do not have room for one of those bigger sealers, even though some of them are somewhat small. So I found this, the little foodsaver handheld rechargeable. This is your charging dock. Just plugs in to normal outlet. Put it in there and charge it. And it works with these, which cool. It comes with two of these, so you can kind of test it out. Now, then you can purchase the bags of them. You get, this is the quart size, which is what I figure we'll probably use most of. You get 18 of these in the bag, and they're around 10 bucks. And you can get all of this at Walmart. This little gadget is right around $25-$30. Just a little tip, it shows $24.99 on the website. If you go in and it's marked $30 on the shelf and still $24.99 on the website, let them know, they'll match their own price. So I did get the $5 off on that. When you first open this up, it does tell you charge it for a full 24 hours before you use it, and you're supposed to be able to get about 60 or so vacuum seals. Well, it doesn't really seal. It just vacuums. But you're supposed to get about 60 or so of these vacuums out of one charge. Now, I have not done this with chicken yet. I did do one little test run on it with some beans just to see how it worked. And I was trying a couple of hacks to see if we could figure out a way to do this cheaper, because these are a little bit pricey. However, the whole Ziploc bag hack that you may see on YouTube is wonderful, except for I tried with different brands of quart freezer baggies, and they all leak air back in. So I am not sure if I am just not doing something correctly, and I may keep practicing on that and see if I can figure out a way to do it a little bit cheaper than these. But for now, I need to get this chicken in some baggies and get it in the freezer. It can't sit in the refrigerator for very long raw like this. So these are pretty good size. Normally when I do chicken, I either do cook one breast for Jesse for dinner. If I'm eating two, then sometimes two breasts. But the only time I really do more than that is if we are making meals for extra people. I'm going to try to seal these up to a bag, just because they're a little pricey. If I'm only cooking them for Jesse and I thaw out a bag that has two in it, I will just cook it up and we'll put it in the refrigerator and save one for the next day. So not a big deal. So these work just like a regular Ziploc bag. They have the zip seal. Just open that up and touch the nasty chicken. I'm not a big fan of touching raw chicken. So I think maybe we can get two in there. I'm really hoping that this seals down or vacuums enough of the air out. I'm a little concerned. I gotta wash my hand. Zip this up. Now, you see that it has this little round, oops, gotta get that in the camera there. It has this little round right here. That's where this goes. And I have done the 24-hour charge, so it's ready to go. just place that. See, now this is what I was concerned about with putting 2 in here, because you need to be able to get that there. We'll push that chicken over a smidge. And you probably want to write on it before you do this, but that's fine. Okay, you just put it in your circle and push the button on the top. It does not have an indicator to tell you when it's done. You have to kind of listen. Now, I don't know if you could hear that, but it kind of changed the sound. When it changes sound and it stays with that higher, little bit higher pitched sound for a couple of minutes, then you probably know it's done. I'm just going to kind of squeeze that, make sure there's no air stuck in there, but I don't believe there is. And then it seals up. You can tell there's really no air in there. It doesn't seem like there's any air in there at all. That's awesome. You probably could, I can probably still write on that, so I don't think I will unseal that. And it seems to have a good zipper seal at the top, which is good because you don't want it to pop open. So that should freeze up nicely. And 2 does fit, which is good. That'll be a little bit of a money saver. And do one real quick with beans. We will be freezing our beans also because it helps keep bugs out. You can put them in a pantry, but if they get bugs, then they're kind of done for. So I've got, you can see this was in a Ziploc bag. This was one of those I was testing and I couldn't get it to work, so I ended up having to cut the top off of it. I'm just going to dump these little navy beans in here. Hopefully not spill them. You can also do flour, which you do have to do that a different way. You need to put it in like a brown paper bag, and there's some steps you need to follow for that, but that might be, I've got some flour in the freezer already in order to keep bugs out of it. I might go back and do the vacuum seal to it. I don't know yet. All right, get those beans over out of the way. Get us in our circle. Hope you could see all that. Make sure I'm on camera. This one's kind of fun to watch because it really seals down good. You can hear the beans crunching as it's sucking all the air out. Not like crunching, squishing, but like pushing together. And there you go. There's your beans. And those I would suggest probably writing on before you seal them up because, yeah, it's going to be hard to write on that and it look legible. But that's really nice. That sucks that down really well. And it'll be a little bit of a space saver because, and if you have a small freezer, which we just got a little small chest freezer, we don't need to be storing all the air too. So there you go. If you have one of these and you figured out any kind of a little hack on doing it a little bit cheaper, let me know. I would be very curious to learn about that. I know a lot of you are probably going to say, well, you need to just get the bigger one. Well, like I said, I just don't have the counter space for it. So that's why I went with the little bitty one. And hopefully it'll last a good long time and work really well for us.